Okay, hello and welcome. This is Chausu, the punWaifu himself. And from now on I'm going to be uploading some battle spot highlights from my doubles laddering, so the VGC ladder. Because this year is the first year I've started taking this more seriously in the past 2 years or so, when I've been in the scene, if you can call it that. I've mostly been observing and trying out silly stuff on the showdown ladder and such, but for the first time ever I got the team together, an archetype that I really like, and I feel like I have no real auto losses, which is what has bothered me most in the past. And I even started to notice that most losses I can usually blame myself, and only a few I can blame like bad RNG. But yeah, enough of that. So my team is, as you can see here, Aromatis, Amoongoose, Camerupt, and Scrafty. And I didn't bring my Cresselia or Gastrodons, that's my 6 members, and I'm facing a Japanese guy, Raito DX. And I chose this game as my first one because he was very high on the ladder, like the highest I faced so far is 1936. So I was really excited. I like facing high ranked opposition, especially Japanese ones. So yeah, okay, let's start this and see how it goes. Okay. So I'm going to do pauses and explain my reasoning. So my opponent leads with his Gengar, as well as this thing. Like I know everything about it except the name. I'm so good at forgetting names. So yeah, either way, my Aromatisse is very useful here because it totally shuts this one down. Like it likes to run Taunt and Encore and such, but it won't work against either of those. And the fun thing is that you can face pretty good people on the ladder that have no idea about this, and it turns out that this guy is the same. But yeah, I decided to lead Amoongus because of this Gengar, because my Aromatisse will take a lot from a Sludge Bomb and probably go down. So I wanted a way of stopping it. And since my opponent didn't lead with anything that threatens Amoongus, I was thinking I was going to try and get a Spore off. So let's see how it goes. So my opponent Mega Evolves. So yeah, I do protect with my Aromatisse and try and get a Spore off on Gengar. And he does try and taunt my Amoongus, but is protected by Aromatisse. So I do put Gengar to sleep, and this means I can get up Trick Room safely, and I can start attacking with Amoongus with Sludge Bomb. So this is a very good start for me, but it's still not a very good position because Gengar, as you all know, has Shadow Tag, so I can't switch out either of these, and none of them can do huge damage to Gengar. So I want to bring something in. Okay, so he uses Fake Tears on me there, which was probably the only useful thing it could do. And the reason I'm trying to take it out is because as soon as Aromatisse goes down, if it does, it will be a lot more useful than it is now. And because Gengar will probably be able to one-hit KO this Aromatisse if it wishes, my main priority was just to get rid of this thing. Especially since neither of these can really do damage to Gengar, as you will see here. And I decided to Giga Drain these as well, in case I wanted to switch in Heatran or something, immune to Sludge Bomb, if it had an air balloon or something to break it. Okay, so Gengar wakes up and he decides to hit Amungus, and this is pretty good for me. Because the interesting here is that as long as I have these two on the field, I'm not getting any momentum. Like, I can't do anything to this. So I really need to get something in that can threaten this Gengar. The only way to do that is by getting something on my team going down. So that is my main concern here. And this turn is pretty interesting because I'm going to try and spore this Gengar again. And the reason I do that is because I don't want it to target my Aromatisse, because my Amungus is going to go down either way to this. I'm so bad at names, Sylveon. So I really didn't want it to take unnecessary damage if needed. Like, I wanted to just stick around. So my main focus this round is to ensure that only Amungus goes down. So that's why I do this play. And I go for Moonblast on Sylveon in the hopes of getting a special attack drop and just some nice damage, because I can't hit it super effectively on my team. And I do get that, so that's very nice. And I don't pick Gengar Sleeves, but that's okay. And Amungus goes down, which is exactly what I wanted, because now I can bring in something that actually can pressure my opponent. And yeah, so we know my opponent protected his Gengar, so I decided to play it safe and just target him with an Earth Power, since Sylveon isn't much of a threat. But I do make a misplay here because I know he has a Heatran, probably, in the back. And yeah, despite people saying that Air Balloon is a gimmick, it is incredibly common on Battle Spot on Heatran, and surprisingly effective. So what I should have done here is just to ensure that whatever is in this spot goes down. So I should have targeted a Moonblast here. So that's a bad play for me, because as you will see, my opponent does bring in a Heatran with an Air Balloon. And I could have just won this game here if I double targeted that spot. Since Aromatisse outspeeds my camera up in Trick Room before Mega Evolution. So yeah, this play was unnecessary because Sylveon was not a threat. And this play could have ended up losing me this match, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, this turn is also pretty interesting because in the back, as you might remember, I have a Scrafty. And Scrafty is not worried about Heatran, really, and not about Gengar. But this Sylveon is a huge problem to Scrafty, and since my Trick Room is starting to run out soon, I figured that realistically I will need Scrafty to win this game, so my main focus is to take out this Sylveon, and there's also a big chance that this Heatran is going to protect himself because he knows that, or he doesn't know, but my Aromatisse might outspeed my camera out in Trick Room, and then he can break the Air Balloon and such, so I think he thought that was a safe play, but yeah, it worked out well for me because neither my Aromatisse nor camera take damage, and I'm able to take this Sylveon out, which was probably the biggest threat to me winning this game at this point, and the crit most likely didn't matter. And now for the key turn of this match, I'd say this is very interesting actually. Gengar comes in, and Trick Room ran out. I guess it didn't show that, but yeah, okay, so what was going through my mind this turn was that a lot of stuff could happen, like my opponent basically could kinda choose which one of my pokers to take out, but at the same time he could only take out one of my Pokemon. Like, he could have ensured that this one goes out, but then you can't take out my Camerupt, or he could have ensured that to double target my camera up, but then I will be able to get up Trick Room, so... and I decided to protect with my camera up to ensure that it survives. One more threatened Pokemon, and basically hope that he decides to try and like do a Shadow Ball and Heat Wave, maybe, hoping that a Heat Wave will kill, or that he will go for the Flash Cannon, because my Romantis does have a Babir Berry, so it will most likely be able to live that, and let's see what happens. So Gengar does protect, as well as me. So the question is, what does Heatran do? And he does go for the Flash Cannon Aromatisse, which is his Babiri Berry. And it does tank that. So now I'm in a huge advantageous position here, because I outspeed everything here. Camera up is able to 1 KO anything here. And Gengar protected last turn, so unless it gets a double protect, it's going down. Now, so I obviously target my opponent's Gengar, and he does do the right play by trying and go for the double protects. But it works out for me, it fails. So this basically seals my win, because Gengar goes down, and Aromatisse is able to break the air balloon on Heatran. And not even a crit Earth Power will take this camera up down. So yeah, this is good game. And whatever happened, I had a Scrafty in the back who easily beats this Heatran 1v1. So yeah, it was a nice experience facing such a good team and feeling like I can compete with pretty good players. Like, yeah, it gives like confidence boost for the future. And I'm having really fun laddering with this team and facing different stuff of teams, and yeah, just starting to realize that it's usually not my team's fault that we lose, but more my own fault for making miscalculations or bad plays and such. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and yeah, I'm going to start uploading this regularly, and not only wins, because that would be silly, but yeah, exciting games I've had that, yeah, I want to remember for the future, because I mostly do this for myself now. So yeah, thanks for anything watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye.